Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to start the reading vlog for the first half of June. I'm very excited because this will be mostly a travel reading vlog because I'm only here for today and tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow I'm going to Mallorca again. I did that the first time last year and it was an absolute blast. I loved that vacation so much. So I hope this year will be just as good. So yeah, that is what's coming up. I quickly want to let you know what I'm currently reading, as well as some first reading plans, and I think we will probably talk again once I'm on Mallorca, which is crazy. So leftover from my Asian Readathon TBR, I have the second half of the 100 Years War on Palestine. This is a non-fiction book written by Rashidi, Khalid, and in this one we are looking at the history of Palestine, going through the history from 1917 to 2017. However, it also looks at some stuff that has happened even before that. So now I am currently making the switch from the 60s to the 80s in this history. I have finished the first 3 chapters and I have 3 to go. This is obviously a very devastating story. When I'm reading this, I feel like all the hope and my belief in humanity is sucked out of me. However, I think it's also a super important read. I just have to breathe a little bit while I read it. So I don't think I will take this on vacation with me, but the goal would be to finish it in June as soon as I'm back as well. I don't think I can do it before the trip because I can't do more than one of those chapters per day. And then next I am listening to an audiobook. I'm already 70% into this one, so I think that will be finished very soon. And that audiobook is Flight of the Fallen by Hana. This is the second book to Road to Ruin. This is a very fun fantasy duology where we follow our main character of Jin, who is a mage bike courier. She is carrying different things through this wasteland with terrible magical storms between two kind of like safe haven cities that are called Karinas. And at the beginning of the first book, she is asked by a princess of one of the Karinas to take her away because she is about to be married off to this random guy that she doesn't really know. And she wants to be taken to a prince from another Karina that she's actually in love with. And while they are fleeing, they encounter something that is impossible. And everything gets derailed there. And I'm so close to the finish line now. I'm so close to really figuring out what is going on in this world and whether they will be able to save everyone. There is also this type of racism in this society because there are people who have magical abilities and also some that don't. And the religious doctrine is basically that the people who don't have magic, they don't have souls, and so they're not really considered human. It is very interesting and also very heartbreaking, especially with one of the characters that we also follow, because he does not have magic. And so for him, he always believed that he is less than, but he is also such a sweet boy. And yeah, a lot of this book is a little bit heartbreaking as well, but it's also very fast-paced and adventurous, and it has this Mad Max feeling, but also a little bit of Indiana Jones because secrets and stuff. So I hope to finish this one very soon, and then we will go back to the Rainwild Chronicles. And then for my more general reading plans, I have a little clip I want to share with you now where I went through Libby and I just checked out some books that I thought would fit the holiday vibe.
Okay, so I thought it would be fun to prep for my trip to choose some ebooks to check out. So I have a little bit of variety and can mood read while I'm on vacation. Now, yesterday I already checked out one book. This is Miss Mebel Goes Back to the Chopping Block. This seems to be a new Jessie Sutanto book that I haven't heard of before. However, I did read Vera Wong last year during my trip, and it was just amazing. So when I saw this added to the library yesterday, I immediately checked it out because I was probably the first person to see it, because usually new books get checked out very quickly. So I grabbed that, and then I also have one hold that I think will probably come in before I go on my trip. That's also Jessie Sutanto, and that is the Dial A for Aunties. So this is an earlier work from this author, but yeah, I definitely hope that maybe this will come in as well. I think my other holds won't, so I have What Stalks the Deep, and I'm third in line. Then I have Paladin's Grace, and I'm also third in line. And for Yesteryear, I'm 21st in line. So those will probably not come in. So that means that I probably can check out 4 more books, because in total I'm allowed 6. So let's just go through my wish list and see what is currently available. Now, the thing is that Libby did have this thing where I could just let it show me the books that are currently available, but that isn't an option anymore with the wish list, and it's extremely frustrating, and I don't know why they did that. So we have to go through everything, unfortunately. I do have 200 books on this wish list, but most of them won't be immediately available. So let's just scroll through and see what we can find. So these are the newest added books to the library, so a lot of these early ones probably are not available. It's also currently still school vacation where I live, so more books might be checked out than usual. But yeah, let's just see. Some of these books I have no idea what they're about. I just like the vibe, so I put it on the wish list. And I'm definitely looking for books that are giving kind of like summer holiday feelings, so we'll see. Okay, so The Warm Hands of Ghost might be one to consider. However, it's not really giving summer holiday, but I'm still gonna just keep that in mind as an option. A lot of the Christmas books are currently available, so that's also not the vibe. Okay, How to Lose a Lord in 10 Days looks kind of cute, so that might be an option. Okay, so The Dream Hotel is one that I don't know how I will feel about it. It is kind of a frightening, kind of dystopian concept. And then Bunny. Okay, Bunny is definitely one I will get because that's on my TBR for the month. So let's check that out immediately. Okay, so we have 3 more slots potentially. Okay, we have Uncharmed, which it is a witchy book, but the cover is giving more like spring, so that might be fun. I definitely do want to read some Alif Shafak, but maybe that's a little bit too heavy for the beach. I already have some heavy books. Okay, we have Starter Villain. That might be fun, but this is kind of a satirical fantasy, and I already have something similar where I just bought the ebook, so maybe not right now. I could do the second Murder Bot. However, I would need to reread the first one as well. And I don't know if that is vacation material right now. Okay, Bad Eater, very strong contender. I definitely want to read that. I have been so interested in The Shadow Between Us. Maybe. That is a whole series though. Do I really want to start a new series? Okay, we have some Richard Osman as well. So maybe a little, maybe. The Sirens is definitely giving beach vibes. Okay, I think my colleague really wanted me to read this one as well. Oh, there's too many books, you guys. What are we gonna do? This is also one. The List of Suspicious Things. Definitely intrigued by this one. Oh, Talk and Drowning Tide, but maybe that's like more autumnal. The Charm Offensive. I know that my friend Daniela really loved that one. The Library at Mount Char is also a book that I wanted to read. This is one I had checked out last year as well. Every time I go on vacation, someone dies. Rake's Fall is one I've had my eye on for a while now. Oh my god. How are we going to narrow this down? Oh no. The Gentleman from Peru is definitely giving kind of, holiday vibes. Lessons in Chemistry I had on my list, maybe. I would love to read A Day of Fallen Night, but that's such a big book as well. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, oh my god, we have way too much right here. Okay. Okay, I need to give this a little think. I will be back. Okay, I have been staring at this for a little while now, and I think I have decided. I think I want to get The Sirens because, yeah, it seems like a beachy read, but like without being a beach read, if you know what I mean. Then I definitely want to get Bad Eater because I've been meaning to read that one for so long now. And then I think I'm going to get The Dream Hotel. We'll see about this one. Okay, so there will be no promise that I will read all of these, like I will definitely not do that. But here are the options for ebooks that I will take on my vacation. We have The Dream Hotel by Leila Lalami. We have A Bad Eater and Other Names for Cora Zeng by Kylie Lee Baker. We have Bunny by Mona Awad. We have The Sirens by Amelia Hart. We have Miss Mabel Goes Back to the Chopping Block by Jessie Sutanto, and hopefully we will also get Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Sutanto. I think that's a good lineup. I think there is like a lot of mood reading potential here, and if I change my mind, I can always, just get another book and put it on my reader. So yeah, that was fun. I hope it was fun for you too.
And so as you can see, I now have my e-reader stacked with some great choices, and I am very excited to read at least some of these, but I also have some physical books I want to bring in my luggage. So I think from my June TBR, I want to bring Tangerine, the Sunbearer Trials, and then also Asunder. If you want to see more about my TBR, I can link it down below. So I think until I leave for my trip, I will try to make some more progress in the Palestine book if I feel like reading at all. And then we will just see where the mood takes me. And as I said, I think then we'll just have a little chat again.
What a flattering angle this is probably not, but I'm currently a little bit more than halfway through my first book of the trip, which is Mrs. Let's try that again. Mrs. Mebel Goes Back to the Chopping Block by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Last year during my trip, I read the second Vera Wong book. Loved it. Vera Wong, such a fantastic character. So I wanted to kind of replicate that, and I thought the newest book by the author would be a great idea. In this book, we are following, I almost said Vera. No, we're following Mebel. Mebel is a Chinese Indonesian woman. She has always been kind of rich. She has married a very rich man, and at the beginning of the book he breaks up with her. He basically tells her he has an affair with their home chef and he is moving out, and then Mebel is kind of left completely confused, like, what does this mean? She doesn't really believe that this is happening, but over time she has to accept that the husband has left, and she comes up with this plan to get cooking lessons so she can win her husband back. She finds this culinary school in Paris that she thinks is absolutely perfect. She signs up for it, but when she gets there, she realizes the school she is going to attend isn't actually in Paris. That's just the headquarters. It is in Oxfordshire. Plot twist. I struggled a little bit with the beginning of this book because it was a little bit too much like Crazy Rich Asians for me. A lot of like name drops of like, designer clothes and handbags and whatnot. Mebel is very, very privileged in that regard, like very, very rich. However, I feel like after the first third of the book, you get into the part where it feels more like a little bit of found family, maybe a little bit of a romance that might be in the cards. So I'm having a lot more fun now. Definitely intrigued to read the rest of it. It's not too much, so I hope I can get it done quite quickly because I have quite a few books I would like to read. But yeah, I think so far this was a good choice. It wasn't quite as convincing from the first page as Vera Wong was, but definitely growing on me. And the whole like story with Mebel and her husband is that Mabel's name is misspelled, as you can see in the title of the book. It is not an A, it's an E. And her husband's name is Hank, and his name is also misspelled. It's also an E instead of an A. That's why she kind of decided to marry him. So yeah, it is a little bit freaky. It's a little bit funny, but I felt like it needed more time to heat up in a sense. So yeah, that's my quick first little update. I don't want to bore you with too much, but yeah, today was my first beach day here. It was amazing. And tomorrow it's going to be quite cold, so even though I would definitely need another beach day before I want to go anywhere, I think I will actually do a little trip tomorrow. So we'll see about that. And yeah, I'll update you with more reading. Talking to myself for 1.5 minutes because I hadn't turned on the microphone? Yes, absolutely. So let me restart this. I really wanted to do reading updates outside because I really enjoyed doing that last year. Right now, I am on my balcony. It has been really windy today, and because of that, it was definitely not a beach day. The beach was actually closed for a good part of the day. I was on a hike, but now I still managed to finish my book and I wanted to talk about it. So I did finish reading Miss Mabel Goes Back to the Chopping blog, which was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I think I still enjoyed it less than Vera Wong. I had mentioned that before. I think that Jessie Sutanto has a writing style that is like very intriguing. Like it very much sucks me in. I don't really think about anything else when I'm reading her books. It's like very addictive, very fun. To just really sink into the story. However, I think this book compared with Vera Wong had like two issues. The first thing is that I felt like the pacing was kind of off. It took a very long time to like really get somewhere, and then I felt like the ending was super rushed, and that was a little bit sad because I think it could have been even more impactful if it hadn't been so rushed at the end. And as I said, just the beginning, it felt like very, very slow at the start and a little bit too much like fancy name dropping of, luxury brands and stuff. But I did really enjoy the main character and her journey and kind of like how she discovered herself and what she likes, and just like the joy of like doing something for yourself but like producing an outcome with that. I think it was very nice. Now the other thing I had this issue as well with Vera Wong is that I feel like the books are a little bit too kind of optimistic, a little bit too pink glasses for maybe the topics they deal with. That's only like a minor criticism, to be fair, but yeah, I just feel like they do deal with like heavy topics, but in a cozy, lighthearted way. And because of that, the solution of like very, very crazy, important issues is a little bit simple in these books. But I still felt like this book had stuff to say, especially about being a woman and being a wife and different cultures, sexism and all of that. That it's not like only a phenomenon in Asia, even though it might look different. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. So now I had to decide what to read next, and I did not take this decision lightly. I have 2 books that are kind of my priority for this trip that I really want to get to now. One is Tangerine, because I actually had this one with me last year as well and didn't read it, so I definitely want to get to it. And it just feels like such a read for a vacation because we're looking at a woman who is in Morocco. And so, yeah, the vacation vibes are definitely there. I think it's set in the 50s. It's about a woman and her husband and this like mysterious friend that she had, but then they kind of fell out of touch and then they meet again in Morocco. So, yeah, but it feels a little bit too similar to what I just read. So I decided to start my other priority book first. And that will be none other than Bunny. I'm not ready. I'm so not ready. But I'm gonna try. With this book, the thing is that I would really like to do a reading vlog for it. It's one of the authors I want to try this year. I always have like 5 authors every year that I want to try, and this is going to be the 3rd one. I think I already did Blood Over Braidhaven and I did Mama Day, so Bunny is going to be the 3rd, and we're just gonna see. I probably won't update you here so very much, but there will be a complete vlog coming for it, and yep, that's gonna be it. I'm not ready. Now, this is kind of like weird horror where we have this girl who goes to college or something, and there is a ton of other girls and they all call each other Bunny. We'll see. I have like no expectations. I'm just scared. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So just a very quick update. I have now finished Bunny. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I will talk more about it in my wrap up, and then also I have filmed a vlog for it. It won't be out like very soon because I do want to read the sequel for it as well, and I have to wait for it. I have it on hold at my library, but I don't know when it will come in. So yeah, for now I can only say that I really enjoyed it. Now, if you have never heard about this book, we're following a girl called Samantha, and she's at the school as a graduate student, and she's a writer, and she has this like peer group of like weird bunny girls, and they're like very involved with each other, and it's their final year, and Samantha kind of gets sucked into the bunnies and their shenanigans, and it's like gory, it's weird, it's psychological in a way, but also magical and a little bit unexplained, but I had a very, very good time and I would highly recommend. And so now the next book I'm reading is called Tangerine. This is more of a historical fiction thriller, so I'm intrigued to see how I will like it. One day I do want to read that for a vlog project as well. Will that ever happen? I don't know. But I think, for now I'm just going to read the book and we'll see how much I talk about it here. But yeah, so far it's going great with the books, and I hope I can tell you more soon. So just a very quick reading update, because today I went to Palma by bus, and because of that I finally had time to finish my audiobook of Flight of the Fallen. This is the sequel to Road to Ruin, so it was kind of left over from May, and I didn't even have that much left, but I just haven't been listening to audiobooks here at all, so it was a little bit silly, but it is now finished and I did really enjoy it. It almost had kind of a Tierling vibe at the end there, but then it felt like it didn't really go all the way, which was a bit weird. Like, it left a lot out in the open, and you can like have your little theories about it, and it's kind of hinted at stuff, but because these characters wouldn't understand their findings with our brains, they do not make any connections, and it just stays very open. I don't know if the author will return to this world, because there could definitely be more story to tell where things leave off, maybe with like different main characters. Whatever Hana Lee writes next, I will definitely check it out, because this duology was really, really fun. I gave Flight of the Fallen 4 stars as well. I really liked that we have a little like love triangle where like all the love is all the love, and there's no choosing, and that is lovely. I'm always here for a throuple, and yeah, it was just really fun, really great. Definitely the ending had some emotional moments, some character twists as well, with some stuff that I probably also forgot because it took me so long to finish it. But yeah, I just had a very good time. And so now I finally started my next audiobook, and I think it is City of Dragons, so the third Rainwild Chronicle book. And yeah, this series, I really want to finish it this month. And if I do want to do that, I definitely need to start listening to audiobooks. So that's my next little project, reading a book number 3. I have talked about the series a ton already this year because I am on book number 3. But if you have never heard of it, this is part of the Realm of the Elderlings by Rob and Hobb. And we are following mainly dragons. And I can't really say more. And I think this third book will be a little bit of a departure. Like the first and the second book were very contained. I think in the third book now we open things up. We let the world back in. Things are gonna get pretty dire for some characters. They already seem to be. Even though I'm like completely confused because I have no idea how that one character got into the situation he seems to be in right now. But nonetheless, I'm going to finish that little series off next, and I'm very excited to continue on because Robin Hobb is just a fantasy queen and she never disappoints. Okay, I'm out and about. I'm kind of on top of a mountain and it's like so windy right now. So yeah, it looks fantastic what I'm doing right here. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a reading update because I'm now almost finished with Tangerine. And this is an interesting book because we're kind of following this, in a way, toxic friendship. It's kind of a little bit stalkery in some sense, and this is just one of those thrillers that I don't really enjoy reading, unfortunately. It just feels like the main character is played completely, and I don't know. I just wish she had a little bit more agency and would do something about it, but she's like very lost, and you can kind of understand because there is a lot of grief in her past. But still, I'm like, girl, get your shit together or it's gonna end very badly for you. So I think I have about 40 pages left, and I really hope that there will be like some way to turn things around for the main character. In general, this is a book kind of about someone who just really is out to destroy someone, and it's just not something I love reading about so much. So while I don't think this is a bad book, and it's definitely thrilling in the sense that my heart beats very fast when I read it, it's also giving me some anxiety, and it's like, you know, you kind of think about what would you do if you were in a situation like that, and it's just very, very unpleasant. And my brain just likes to pretend that there isn't people like that out there. So I guess that is why I don't really love this book. But it's not the book's fault. That's so cute. They are listening to an audiobook together. That is so cute. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna read next. I still have Cora Zeng, and I also have What Stalks the Deep, I think it is, so the third book in this T. Kingfisher horror series, and I'm kind of in the mood for both of them, but I probably won't be able to read both of them. I also should read Asunder because I brought it all the way out here, so I feel like I should read it. But then also, I think I'm more in a like snappy horror mood. We'll see. I'll let you know once I have decided. But for now, I wanted to give you a bit more of a scenic reading update, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Oh, it's so pretty out here. Look at that. Okay, so very quick reading update because I don't have that much to say, but I did finish Tangerine a couple of days ago. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was fine. I think I said everything that I needed to say about it. The ending wasn't my favorite. I was really hoping for something else. I think it is kind of a brave ending to do it like that, but I just would have preferred something different. It's not the kind of ending that I like, even though, as I said, it is kind of a brave thing to do to your characters in a way. I have also seen some criticism on Goodreads comparing it to The Talented Mr. Ripley, which I do not know, but maybe look into that if you are interested. And yeah, overall, it was fine. It was an okay beach read, but I wouldn't run out to pick it up and read it. And now for my last read, I will probably start here, probably not finish in time, is Bad Eater, or other names for Cora Zeng. I don't remember the title, but I'm very interested in reading this one. The author, Kylie Lee Baker, has a ton of books that all look incredible, but this is the one I have access to through my library, so this is the first one I will try. I'm very excited to read it. Now, this is a pandemic book. We are in 2020, and it's about the anti-Asian hate that started because of the pandemic and all the false information that was spread at the beginning of the pandemic. And we're following our main character, Cora, and I have only read the first chapter, but that's also really only what I know about this. And she's basically at a train station with her sister Delilah. Now, from what I understand, Delilah is completely Chinese. They have different mothers, and Cora is half Chinese, half white. And while they are standing there and talking, a man runs up to them and he pushes Delilah in front of the train. And then we skip a couple of months ahead, and I think now Cora is a crime scene cleaner. And yeah, that's a horror book. I'm intrigued, and we will see how it goes. So this is going to be the last beach update. It's my final night here, and yeah, I will be picked up in the middle of the night. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I did not plan that well, but it's all right. I did, however, make it almost to the halfway point of Cora Zeng now, so I wanted to give you a quick update. And so far, I must say that this book is mostly gory. I expected there to be a little bit of something else in the plot, to be honest. It's very different from what I thought, but yeah, we kind of follow Cora in her day-to-day after the tragedy that happened to her with her sister. As I said, she's a crime scene cleaner, and we see that apparently the whole bat thing is not that rare. She has multiple crime scenes that she cleans with her team where bats are left together with dead Asian women, and so it seems there might be a serial killer and it might be linked to the sister as well, but it's all not so clear. And yeah, basically the gory bits is For one, we get the descriptions of the crime scenes and the cleaning that they do. And then also we are now in a month where the kind of spirits come back to the earth. And so Cora's aunt is telling her to burn this paper. I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar with that whole tradition. But basically she tells her to burn these things kind of as a gift to the ghosts so they don't go hungry. And Cora doesn't do it. And so now it seems that her sister maybe came back as a ghost and is trying to achieve something there. So there is like creepiness for sure. But I really thought the whole thing with the serial killer aspect would go further at this point. It's still like, or it's just starting to kind of pick up now at the halfway point, so I'm intrigued to see how that will even develop. I thought it would maybe be more of a revenge thing, but Cora is very much a character that is very anxious. She has had mental struggles before, which also reminds me a little bit of Tangerine, and so she's very anxious that people will not believe her when she talks about the ghost. And so yeah, she's kind of like handed off a lot when she's a kid, and because of that she doesn't really trust people to help her with her problems. She thinks that if she shows that there is some kind of problem, people would just try to get rid of her immediately and not have to deal with it anymore. And because of that she remains quite passive to the point where she can't do that anymore, or other people kind of drag her into something. So in that regard, like, the main character is quite different from what I thought, and I'm not disliking it. It's just I have to readjust my expectations a little bit, but I'm still really intrigued to see where the second half of this book will go. I'm not quite sure how much reading I will actually get done tomorrow because like I have to leave so early. I will be so sleepy, so I can't promise I will finish it on the way back, but I think at least this weekend I should get this one finished as well, and then we can chat about it a little bit more. But yeah, this was my vacation. I can't believe it's over. It was so nice. Honestly, I can't wait for it to be like next year to hopefully do it all again. It was very lovely, and I hope you had fun coming with me and seeing a little bit of it and discussing all the books. And yeah, I'll talk to you again when I'm back home with the cat.
So I am back home now. Today is the 16th of June. With that, we have passed the halfway mark of the month, and I'm going to end this vlog here. Don't you already miss the beautiful beach updates? Because I certainly do. But it's also okay to be back home. I'm so glad I'm with my boozy again. She has been super happy when I came home. Now, I don't actually have a real reading update to finish this vlog off. My travel journey home was actually quite the disaster. I got a mild food poisoning the night before I had to leave, and then they picked me up at 4 a.m. in the morning, so I was extremely tired because of the 4 hours of sleep I could have had. I was like sick for quite a bit of it and didn't actually sleep. Then yeah, the journey itself was good, like nothing bad happened, everything worked out perfectly. But when I got home, I unpacked my bags with Boozy. She was so excited, as I said, and then we just took a long nap. Then I had to go grocery shopping because the fridge was completely empty, and then we immediately did another nap, and then all the like general pain turned into a migraine. And yeah, it was just not a fun time. I did a little bit of a reset during the weekend. You know, if you're traveling and you have your pet at home, they usually do make a bit of a mess, so I did have to do some cleaning as well, but my brain was just not there. So even listening to an audiobook while cleaning was not in the cards for me. So we are finishing, unfortunately, with me being not quite halfway into Bad Eater and other names for Cora Zeng. I will continue with this one. I have actually rechecked it out from Libby so I can finish this second half off, hopefully at the beginning of the next vlog. It's not that I'm not enjoying this book, but I felt like if I would be reading it while I was in so much pain, it would just not do the book justice at all. So, you know, also I have read quite a bit with my eyeballs, and I was in a little bit of an audiobook slump. So I'm now about 15% into City of Dragons, the third book in the Rainwild Chronicles. But again, yeah, it's just I just wasn't feeling the audiobooks. There was just so much going on in my mind, and I just wanted to give myself the room to just let the thoughts flow and like reorient themselves, I guess. So yeah, I will hopefully continue reading that a little bit more now that I feel like I have come home finally, like with like all the parts of me. Some were just stuck in the travel mode still. So yeah, that's just how it is. And I'm trying to be kinder to myself. I have been really looking into, you know, some things for like mental health and just in general how my brain works, and I'm trying to adapt a little bit. I might talk about that more in the future because I'm taking some tentative steps right now. And also I have to go to the dentist now, so wish me luck. Today is a bit of a like life day, and I just have a couple of appointments and stuff. So yeah, that was the vlog. I hope you had fun watching. I definitely had the best time in Mallorca, and I hope I get to do it again next year, hopefully with warmer weather. But yeah, this week it's supposed to get really hot here in Germany, and I feel so betrayed. Like, why do I get the over 30 degrees Celsius now that I don't have a beach and a pool? It's just betrayal. So I'm just rambling. I hope you had fun watching. I hope you have a great day. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you read any of the books I have mentioned? I would love to hear what you thought, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.